How can I best serve my audience? Hello, friend. Thanks for pressing play on this episode of the Brassy Broadcast. I'm Jen Eads. I'm a musician, a student of the creative universe, and a curious girl full of questions. I'm also the head broad in charge at the Brassy Broadcasting Company, where I partner with the creators, the doers, and the makers of the world to put them in the ears, heads, and hearts of new audiences with podcasts and other audio goodness. When you're ready and want more in-depth one-to-one coaching on your podcast workflow, audio quality, or help jumping some other podcasting hurdle, click the link in the show notes or go to brassybroad.com/Brass Tacks Podcasting Toolkit. Until December 31st, 2017, that link will take you to the Brass Tacks Podcasting Toolkit page, where you can schedule a 1-hour strategy session with me to learn how to get the most out of everything that I've packed into this digital toolkit for the special price of $97. This package contains tools, templates, and tactics to help you build a strong foundation to support your podcast. And I'm here to show you how to put it all together. You work hard to cultivate your audience. Don't take them for granted. It happens. At some point in your podcasting journey, you will inevitably find yourself between a rock and a hard place with an episode. The audio quality isn't pristine, your guest came off sounding like a know-it-all egomaniac, or you almost fell asleep riding the train to Snoozeville with your guest. I've heard the question, should I even release this episode, come up around these topics and a myriad of other issues. How do you decide what to do? Let service to your audience be your guiding principle when making those decisions. It's not always easy. The decision difficulty gets kicked up a notch when you have a guest that already has a large audience and you want exposure to that audience and you're hoping and praying that they will share the episode when it comes out. What do you do if you think the episode sucks? Ask yourself if there is any benefit in it for your audience. Can you maybe use part of it? Is there some redeeming value in any of the conversation for your audience? I will also throw out the caveat that just because the content of one of your episodes doesn't resonate with you, doesn't mean it won't resonate with one of your listeners. It might be just what they need to hear. It can be a tough call, and I don't envy anyone in that position. That is why I say, let your audience be your guide. And what about when it comes to sponsors for your show? I'm going to speak to this primarily as an avid podcast listener. I appreciate podcasts. I get that it takes an incredible amount of resources, both time and financial, to produce a killer show. If you can get some sponsorship to offset those costs and make a little cheddar while you're at it, I'm cool with that. Yay for you. You deserve it. I'm just going to ask that the first 5 minutes of your show aren't filled with sponsors. If you do that, I'll be cussing you while I skip right past them. I love it when the host does the read and can actually tell me why they love the product or service of their sponsor. I want to know if they're actually using it and how is it making their lives better. That's impactful to me. If your sponsor is offering a product or service geared specifically toward your audience, even better. Tell me more. I don't really want to hear about mattresses or food delivery when I'm listening to a show about how to grow my email list or produce a better podcast. If you've got a sponsor that can help me do those things, I'm all ears. If you go down the sponsorship road, try to partner with a company that truly serves your audience. And if you have a sponsor, ask your audience to tell you about their experience with that sponsor's product. Sponsorship is a two-way street. Make sure your sponsors are taking care of your audience. You don't want to lose their trust. This is your audience. The last bit of audience advice I have for you is this. Don't ask your audience to subscribe, rate, and review your show. Ask them to connect and engage with you on social media. And when they take the time to tweet you or comment in your Facebook group or on your latest Instagram post, respond to them. That's just common courtesy. I know if you've got a really big group, it gets tough, but give it your best effort. Ask them questions. This is a fantastic opportunity to find out more about exactly who is listening to your show and why. Ask them for feedback and then respond when they give it to you. Take the time to find out which guest or episode are their favorite and why. You might be surprised to learn that your core audience isn't who you thought it was, or maybe it's shifted since you launched your show. Ask your audience. They will tell you. If you found even the smallest little teeny tiny nugget of wisdom in this episode, share it with a friend that needs to hear it. Don't be stingy. Spread the podcast love. Instagram is my jam. You can connect with me there to get the behind the scenes of where my podcasting and musical worlds collide. And there might be some pictures of the dog and cat that run this show. For my podcasting tutorials, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube at Jen Eads Brassy. Thanks for listening. Now get out in the world and do some good.